Hey folks, it's Will Taylor. For the last couple of months, I've been doing a little promotion on Facebook with one of our Led Zeppelin tunes, and you might have recognized that I've just played a little sample of not the actual tune that we're promoting, but Your Time Is Gonna Come on the violin there, the little hook from that song. So we've been promoting the song Kashmir on Facebook and saying for a limited time we're giving away this plus 2 other classic rock gems that have been reimagined by strings attached. And the responses have been very interesting, to say the least. Some people, here I'll just read some of them to you. Compare yourself to the greatest band ever, Ninja please. All I think about regarding this is just another group trying to perform songs of other bands that never turns out well with me, as I'm constantly expecting exact notes and sounds from the original artists. Almost always this usually goes horribly wrong. So, and I thought I'd take a little time to address, what is the point of doing covers? I mean, is music supposed to stay fixed in this recording where it's repeated thousands of times over and sort of etches a tattoo of that song into your consciousness, that is the only way that it can be done? The original artist is the only true way. I can understand where folks like this are coming from, that they've heard this piece over and over again on radio, on recording, but what we're trying to do simply is pay tribute to the artists that have influenced us and that we love. And this tradition of paying tribute and playing covers of the artists that we love is a very lively tradition that keeps the music alive, keeps it breathing, keeps it passing from one person to another. And I'd like to point out that before the technology of putting a performance and fixing it into this fixed state, that this tradition was very alive and people were not so concerned about the original artist performing the song and that being the ultimate version that nobody should walk on. It's the holy version of all versions. And I think it's very interesting to see classic rock people say this because, or the classic rock fans, because a lot of the classic rock, took early blues, and it was an arrangement of the early blues song forms. Led Zeppelin they took a lot of early blues tunes and expanded upon them and made them in their own image and their own sound. And this also goes back when I think about classical music, that if a composer at the time said, look, you can only have my performance, my version that I'm performing is the ultimate version, how would their music have spread out and been known? There had to be people to perform it. And the idea for me is that music needs to be alive and flexible, and that when a composer writes a piece of music, that it's let out like a balloon, that it's let out like water into the collective consciousness of all the musicians and the people that want to hear it, that want to enjoy it. And even if the composers are still alive, I'm sure Beethoven, Mozart, they wanted as many people to play their music, to cover their music. And again, there's this great tradition of composers taking pieces of music and rewriting them and writing arrangements and variations. Brahms wrote the Haydn variations. Hector Berlioz wrote, I'm trying to remember the name of this piece, but I can't right now, but Jimi Hendrix covered Bob Dylan. The band covered Joni Mitchell. In my opinion, music should be free and open, and that the more that we share and obviously give credit to the original artists, I have nothing wrong with that, the more it's going to benefit the creative output of our culture in general, and the more that it's going to benefit the art that is going out there to be listened to and watched and heard. So I think music essentially needs to be flexible. And another thing that I reflected on is if some of these classic rock fans that are so insistent on, they're not being cover bands and not being covers of their music, if they were to go to attend some of these singer-songwriter festivals where, these singer-songwriters are are passing their music around from friends, and friends are playing at the campfires, and they love that. Singer-songwriters love to have their music played by other musicians. So, my only reason for doing that with Strings Attached is, again, I love to pay tribute to the music that's influenced me over the years. I love it. I don't like to be bored. I don't like to just do my music. Of course, I write my own music. I have a catalog of my own stuff, and you can call it whatever you want, jazz influenced, blues influenced. And so the reason why we do these covers is that it kind of acts as a magnet to bring new people in to discover what we do, the whole of what we do, original music, singer-songwriter friends, classic rock, all of that stuff. If I put that out there, hey, check out this Zeppelin tune, then I have the opportunity to make some new fans that otherwise, if I just put out all my original music, people wouldn't care, because there's no context for them to understand what we're doing. But if they come in through that Led Zeppelin cover, they might discover all the original music that I do and become a fan and support what we do. And so, I'm not doing it to, spoil the original version or try to be better than Led Zeppelin. I'm doing it in tribute. I'm doing it in honor of that music and that tradition. And I think, and I would hope that the remaining members of Led Zeppelin would agree with me on this. So I'd love to hear your opinion below. And if you want to check out that Kashmir download, go to stringsattachedmusic.net. Stringsattachedmusic.net. You can get that plus 2 other downloads and discover what we do with Strings Attached out of Austin, Texas, where the Austin City Limits Music Festival is, the television show Austin City Limits. And I encourage you to comment below. What's your opinion on this? I really think it's recorded music that has caused this issue with people saying, don't cover classic rock or don't cover classic musicians, that is wrong, that shouldn't be done. And I disagree. I think music should be flexible and open and shared, and even if amateurs are doing it, I still think it's great. I think that's the original way that music was circulated, was orally, was from one person to the next, not with a recorded fixed object like a CD or an MP3. And also it existed in a live format. People would hear the music live, they would learn the songs live, campfires, performances, concerts, house concerts, things like that. That's how they absorbed the music, not through a fixed CD in a car or in a radio. So, what's your opinion on this? Let me know, and I hope to see you at the next Strings Attached show, or become a subscriber to stringsattachedmusic.net. You get 3 free songs below. All right, thanks for listening to my message, and we'll see you out there in the world of music. Talk to you later. Try to do that while a baby's sleeping. That's particularly tricky.